There we go. We have clicked on to YouTube. Hello, everybody. Oh, thank you for clicking on. Running a little bit late here on a Friday night. Normally on Fridays, we start at 9 o'clock and we have Chris on with us at 9. Um, it was the opening night tonight for the summer concert series here in town, and I'm filming those again this year. Um, if we get a couple of things worked out, a little problem starting off. My phone that I normally film with was I couldn't get on. I couldn't get online. I couldn't connect with YouTube. I couldn't get online at all with that phone. Switched phones and was able to get on and get almost all of the um, first show of the season, which was the um, Neil Diamond tribute band. And before that was Tim Wright, one of the Wright brothers, um, with a couple of female singers, and we'll have a recorded. I wasn't able to get online, so we will have a recorded um, sampling of their songs coming up very soon. But just about the entire Neil Diamond tribute should be on. I haven't checked it yet. Hello, Fred. Hello. Not going away. Again, Chris is coming on, and we are just kind of hanging out here at the moment until he does, as at least as far as I know. Last I heard, he was coming on, and we were going to do it at 10. Um, I don't have a lot of segments or anything lined up for tonight. Just wanted to kind of pick Chris's brain, what he thought about some of the things that have been going on. But I'll take this time to say that tomorrow night, beginning at 6 o'clock, I'm going to be back up at the Depot Park as the first Saturday night show in the summer concert series starts. And that one starts at 6 o'clock and goes to 10. Tomorrow night, we've got a Taylor Swift tribute band. Taylor Swift's out touring right now. I don't understand the idea of a tribute band for somebody that's still very active musically. Anyway, so it's a Taylor Swift is the opening act, and then Dave Matthews is the headline. Dave Matthews tribute band. So yeah, that's from 6 to 10 tomorrow night. Hello, Telescope. Thank you for clicking on, man. And Chris is with us. So without any further ado, we'll say hello to Chris. How are you?
Hey, how's everyone doing? And Barry, how are you, man?
I'm all right, man. You okay? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm
What's
good.
what's happening? What's going on? Anything going on with you?
You're kind of breaking up.
I'm not surprised. I've been having trouble
Yeah.
staying connected and stuff.
So
All right.
so the latest and greatest? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you. I've got you anyway. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Doesn't. I'm going to drop out here for some. There we go. Can you hear me? Chris, can you hear me? Hello? I don't know. Maybe nobody can hear me. Chris?
Yep, Barry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Yeah, I got you. You're coming in, coming in and out, but I can still hear you.
All right. All right. Let's just get through this here briefly, and we'll hope for a better connection next time. Um, somebody's
Yeah.
You're coming through. Okay. All right. We are coming through. All right. Cool. Thank you, by the way, for sending the message, letting me know we're coming through. So, what's going on in Haiti, Chris? Has anything significant happened?
Well, nothing significant has happened. The Republicans haven't released the money, so the mission is still on hold. You know, um, the Kenyans said they're not gonna go in to Haiti until all the money's released. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this thing's even gonna happen. I mean, I'm just not sure.
Okay.
You know, um,
And there
the Republicans,
is
like I
there
said, are controlling the money, and
is the Haiti prime minister still in power?
well, yeah,
The
they got a new prime
the
minister,
interim.
right?
Yeah, right.
Um,
And he's
they
still
they
alive.
they they got a new prime minister, and I guess he's appointed a new cabinet or a new government, and I think their mission is to tackle the gangs because
Okay.
last I heard, the gangs had attacked the police station and killed some more police officers.
All right.
So you know,
Okay. All right.
that's the latest and
Um
greatest out of Haiti.
all right, let's just hop a short distance over to Cuba. Russia doing war games with Cuba.
Yeah,
What what's what's
yeah.
that tell
Yeah,
us?
that's exactly what we do. So yeah, Putin had a message not that long ago. Says, "We can touch you." He put that out, saying, "Hey, look, we can touch you,"
Yeah,
and we need to take heed to that, right?
right. This is very unusual. I mean, um, I've commented on here before that we've had sub hunters that I've seen sub hunters tracking our flight radar, sub hunters in the Gulf of Mexico, and assuming that we thought Russian subs were there, but to actually make it so that there's no doubt within the United States public, all of us that pay attention now know that this is for real. There's a nuclear powered sub in Havana Harbor, and there are Russian warships off the coast of Florida.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So this is,
It's
I
pretty
mean, this
serious.
this could really turn to something. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but I mean, but we do the same thing to them, you
right.
know.
If somebody makes a mistake,
So,
this could turn into something serious.
right, of course.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I'm going to show you, Chris. I'm going to show you. Um, we'll go from what's happening in Cuba real quick to what's happening in Israel, and this time in the northern
Mhm.
border of Israel. Um,
With Hezbollah,
Israel, yeah, Israel has gone medieval on Lebanon and Hezbollah. Um, I don't know if you've seen this or not.
using catapults.
They are using catapults. They're using flaming arrows. They're firing them over the wall into southern Lebanon to try to catch as much of the foliage on fire on the other side of the wall. Allegedly
Oh,
allegedly now to keep Hezbollah from setting up booby traps and stuff when Israel decides to invade southern Lebanon.
that's pretty funny,
That's
but it
the
works.
story. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have
So
anything.
it
They
works.
don't have anything. They don't, as far as in their arsenal, as far as being able to start a brush fire relatively close. So they put together their own catapult or a trebuchet, if you will.
Hey,
Uh,
listen. Just as long as your thing, listen. Just as long as things are effective, right? That's the only thing that really matters. That's the only thing that
that's a fact.
matters.
That's a fact. Speaking of which, um, our sanctions appear, economic sanctions appear to be working in Russia. According to Kissinger, the Russian economy was imploding. Um, and if I'm not mistaken, Russia is now using the Chinese yuan as their
Yeah, they dropped the dollar. They dropped everyone's dropping the petrodollar, right?
right,
So
right,
you see what happened in Saudi Arabia on I think it was on the 9th that they actually stopped they didn't resign like that 50-year agreement with the United States and they actually they dropped the
right.
petrodollar. So Saudi Arabia has dropped the petrodollar. And I think that I don't know what currency they're going to use,
Okay,
but
all
won't
right.
be the petrodollar.
Wow. Okay, all right.
So that let me tell you something. That's telling you right
Pardon me.
now
China
that's
is
telling you right
basically,
now
yeah,
that our dollar is getting ready to go down. It's deteriorating significantly. You see.
right.
So now think about 50 years
Absolutely.
that Saudi Arabia
While we're over
has
here
been
on
dealing with the United States
Twitter,
with the petrodollar.
there is indeed this is indeed the on the 12th of. Go ahead,
No, no, yeah, I was just saying for
Chris.
50 years. Yeah, I was saying for 50 years, um, Saudi Arabia has been, dealing with the United States and the petrodollar. And I think it was June 9th, they said they're not gonna, go with the petrodollar anymore.
Right.
So that's troubling.
Um. So okay, basically that okay. Um. That is troubling for us here in the United States. Russia basically switching to the yuan, the Chinese dollar, is going to be trouble for Russia because China's going to basically run the Russian economy,
Right. So
and
here's the
it's all
thing, right?
because
When
th- they're going bankrupt on with Ukraine. Russia
right,
is
so yeah, that too. But here's the thing: the sanctions the United States are putting on Russia. They Russia, I think, also uses our U.S. dollar as a reserve currency. You see, so with them dropping the dollar, okay, and picking up something else that really, like I said, that really hurts our economy. It really drops. It really stabilizes. That U.S. dollar. It makes it pretty much worthless. You see, and that's what a lot of countries are doing because that's what the majority of the countries use as a reserve currency. You see, so like we put sanctions on a government, the currency they use, to do the trading is the U.S. dollar, but they can't use it, because of the sanctions. You see what I'm saying?
mm-hmm. Yeah. Um,
And and once and if they drop it, not if, but they're dropping them. Zimbabwe dropped the U.S. dollar. You see, the
mm-hmm.
BRICS they're dropping the U.S. dollar, and they're
all of
going to
all
their
the
own
BRICS
currency.
companies. Yeah,
Right.
there will be a
So
BRICS.
so so
There
you
will be a BRICS currency soon.
right. So you see what happened with Muammar Gaddafi, right? And what he was trying to do, how he's trying to drop the U.S. dollar, remember, and start
Mm-hmm.
his own gold based currency for Libya, or gold backed currency in Libya, and that he was trying to do that all throughout the continent of Africa. And a lot of people speculate that's the reason why the United States and NATO went after him because he was going to, really hurt the U.S. dollar.
It's all about the money
And
in the
remember,
end. Always,
like,
always about the
eco-
money.
economics, right?
Yeah,
Economics controls
yeah,
all. Right? So there you
yeah.
go.
Okay, Russia is telling their country that the problem with their economy is because of the United States, and they brought up um, they brought up Poseidon again. Poseidon is the um, unmanned underwater vehicle that has nuclear warheads on it, like a submarine drone, if you will, the Sarmat and the Yars, and
За Белгород!
basically they've taken to the streets of Moscow and are calling for the destruction of America. Um, we see the Russian journalists do this a lot. We don't see it in the streets. Is this a escalation we should be paying attention to, Chris?
Um, we should pay attention to it, but not too seriously. You know, um, just like keep an eye on it because, like I said, a lot of people talk like that game, and we've said this a gazillion times before, right? It's
Right.
the people that you don't hear about. It's the stuff that you don't hear about that you need to really be concerned about. You know, but when
Mm-hmm.
you all these people come out and say we're going to do this, we're going to do that, I really don't worry about it because it's just talk.
Okay.
It really is just talk.
Putin has said that he's ready for peace. And he basically said Russia keeps all the territory they have, and Ukraine keeps bombing us or quits bombing us, and we can talk about peace. um, of course, that's not what's going to happen. NATO's made it really clear that that's not what's going to happen. And actually, let me find it here since I'm talking about it. I think I've got it. Um, the NATO's position is no negotiations, no ceasefire, no peace talks or deal. The war will continue until Putin is defeated and Russia destroyed. So that's the NATO message. Putin can go to his people now and say, "Well, I tried to talk to him rationally about peace, and they just want to continue it." So he's probably always had his own green light, if you will, as far as escalating. Um,
Yeah.
should we wait on him to escalate in Europe before anticipating
Oh
he
yeah.
does
Oh yeah.
something
Oh
here?
yeah.
Even though he said he can reach out
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
touch us, we
Right.
should, right?
It's gonna be Europe. Yeah, it's gonna be Europe first. You know, he's not gonna do too much in the United States, but it'll be Europe first, and then possibly the United States.
All
So
right, all right. One, I've got one final thing here, Chris. The video is a guy named Patrick Byrne, but this is just one example of a lot of these I've seen. Um, this guy is a prominent election denier, conspiracy theorist, and QAnon. Um, he's endorsed, and I've seen more. I've seen a lot of these right wing um, journalists, if you will, endorsing this particular media group, America First Constitutional Militia, and it was formerly called Napalm. Um, the North American Patrol of something or Patriot. I don't remember what it was. Um, a group of far right media figures announced the formation of a militia group and is using social media to recruit, including on Instagram. Um, it says 3,000 um, in the video itself. It says there are 3,000 of them. Is um, is that a concern?
see, listen. People that are really about something don't advertise. They just don't. Okay. And you may have 3,000, but like, are they really about that fight? That's the thing. You know, we have 3,000 people. So what? You know, how many of them, like I said, how many of those people are really going to fight? Because when it comes down to it, and you've seen this, people are a bunch of cowards. They talk a good game, but when it comes down to it, they're not going to do anything. You see? Um, so I got a lot of these groups I really don't pay attention to. I really don't because they do too much talking. You see? Um, and just like I said, people that are really going to do something don't talk. They just don't. The people that talk the most, that it's like the loudest person in the room is the weakest person in the room. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Um, but how can let's see, how can I say this? Is it also not true that in order to get a group big enough uh to make a difference, I don't think 3,000 is a big enough group to make a difference personally. It may be.
No, no,
I
there
mean,
isn't.
it could cause some, it could cause some dust ups, but that's not. But don't you have to talk about it in order to get to build a group big enough
I mean, I mean,
to make a difference?
there's a lot, right? There's a lot of underground stuff. You see, you don't have to come out and put it out mainstream or on
That's very
on
true.
X
There
or
is,
whatever.
yeah, yeah, that's very true. There is a lot of underground stuff going on, a lot of stuff people don't know about yet.
So when I hear about this stuff, put on X, and I'm just like, all right, man, you're talking like why would you advertise what you're doing? You see, to me, that could be a trap. You see,
Absolutely.
that could be a
Yeah.
trap.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of these groups that you don't hear about, like, be concerned about them because they're working underground. These guys will come out saying, "Yeah, we're this, we're that." Garbage. That's just rubbish. It really is. Trust that. Believe me.
So, okay, do you think and I know neither one of us, or at least I don't have any kind of evidence to back anything up. I'm just asking a speculative question here. Do you think the Proud Boys, the Three Percenters, the Oath Keepers, the groups that were identified prominently by law enforcement around J6, um, they haven't disappeared, right? I mean, they're still underground, correct?
Yeah, I mean, they are underground. They are, but best believe they're still being infiltrated. I'm pretty sure. You know, um, I don't think our government's gonna allow this country to really go down. I really don't. I really
I
don't.
hope not.
And yeah, and from what I've seen, I really don't think a lot of these people are that bright anyway. So just
There, eh, Chris, um, you mentioned something to me, and I'm not going to bring it up as in public, but you mentioned something to me, what I thought about something, and I said my opinion, what my opinion was, but I said it was based on ignorance and fear and lack of communication. Um, are we so divided in this country that we cannot get past it without going to war with each other? Or or am I correct in having hope that we can somehow pull enough people together um, to to neuter, if you will, the the forces on the fringes that want chaos?
I really think we are past that point. I really do. Um, and
Yeah.
it'd be a shame. It'd be a shame to have this country fall. You know, like I said, there are other external forces wanting this country to fall, and then you have the internal problems. You know, so like I said, you have all these Chinese migrants coming in. The Venezuelan gangs, these Chinese guys that are probably military age, and whoever else is coming in this country. You see, the you got the sleeper cells and all this other stuff. Just a recipe for disaster. You know,
And
it's like,
and
okay,
we stopped eight. We stopped eight suspected terrorists with alleged connections to ISIS K this week, and supposedly we arrested eight of them. If we caught eight of them, that should tell us there are a lot more that we haven't caught. Correct?
right, right. So the whole thing is they got caught. So that's bad trade craft. You see, if the trade craft is correct, then you won't get caught. And like I said, you're nowadays people aren't that smart. They're really not. Okay. So, and then this goes including with the terrorists. If they're getting picked up, they're getting picked off left and right. Then they're doing stuff wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because they should not be. Because
absolutely.
they should not be getting caught. They should not be getting caught, but they are. Just like that guy that was from Arizona who wanted to go to Atlanta and do that mass shooting of black people, Muslims, and whomever else. He was talking to the enemy the entire time. He's like he didn't even know. I'm like, wow, you really are stupid, aren't you? Telling people your plans. I'm just like, all right, man. So like I said, they're not that bright. Okay, um, they just like you don't talk to people that you don't know all that well. You don't talk to people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You just don't do
yeah,
it. Okay,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what these idiots do. And that's what these idiots do. And they're like, and then like you don't know if these people are on probation or parole, or you know, if they've been picked up on some charges, and they might be an informant for some agency, and you want to work with them. And yeah, this is my man, blah 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 blah. And you get introduced, and you don't know anything about them. And you're like, yeah, well, this is what we're doing. We're gonna give you some guns and this and that, and they go right back and tell because they're informants. They go back and tell whoever they're working for, and next thing you know, oh, you're locked up. They'll watch you for a little bit. Oh, he's gonna plan this, 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 and this. All right, great. Now we got him. Now let's go lock him up. It's just like, dude, you don't know these people. Like you're stupid. You know.
Right, right.
Eh, So I don't
Yeah,
know, man.
yeah.
But
And I've got a prime example here. There's the Scientology. Okay, we have a little concept of what Scientology is. There are people that have been in Scientology that are protesting Scientology. There are other people that are getting involved in the protests, but know nothing about Scientology. Um, and since you're on a fringe, you're looking for you want anybody that says they're against Scientology, you're going to want them on your side automatically just
right,
because you're against Scientology. Well, that's not a lot of vetting as far as what is this
right,
person really about. So it is
right.
very easy to infiltrate.
Exactly. And, a lot of these gangs or all groups like this, I don't think they do the proper vetting, you see.
Hmm.
And so they end up following because they're like, oh, it's fine. He's friends with such and such. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, no, he's cool. Let him in. And then the next thing you know, that's the dude. That's the informant, right?
Yeah.
and then he brings down the whole show.
Yeah.
You
I
see,
mean, it's happened to the
so
Hells Angels. It's happened to the mafia. It's happened to everybody, you know?
exactly. See? So
Yeah.
proper vetting means a whole lot.
All right, man. Hey, any big plans for the weekend?
Nah, no big plans. Just the normal stuff I
Okay,
do.
man.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's
All
all.
right. All right. Anything happens, you get a hold of me, all right?
For sure. Likewise.
I'll, I'll do the same. All right. Thanks for being on
Okay.
here as
All
always,
right.
man. Peace.
Okay. I'll talk to you. Peace
All
out.
right. Peace out. So, our friend Chris, we always appreciate having him on here, and I appreciate all you watching. Um, I'm getting a little bit of a headache. I've been going. We started at 6 o'clock with the concert series, and here we are coming up on 10:30. So I've been on for 4.5 hours straight, basically, or pretty much so. I will say hello to Pat Tolliver again, not going away. There's Echo Romeo, Lori Arnold, our buddy Fred, um, Telescope, and again, I thank you all. Thank you all watching. I thank you all in the chat. Thank you all that watch live. Those of you watching at your convenience. Um, we'll be back on here. I'll be on here tomorrow night. Again, we got the Taylor Swift concert tribute. Um, I don't get it. I really don't. I don't. But they told me I had to get up there by 11 o'clock in the morning to reserve my spot because they are expecting somewhere between 5 and 8,000 kids coming into town tomorrow to watch a Taylor Swift tribute concert. I think they're nuts, but I'll go up there and set my stuff out to make sure I got my spot. And we'll be broadcasting that, followed by the Dave Matthews tribute. Um, again, yeah, I'm not sure why you have a tribute band to young, successful, currently doing the thing. Tribute bands are to give people an idea of what they never saw. People will never get to see Led Zeppelin. Well, if you see a Led Zeppelin tribute band and they're good, you have an idea what Zeppelin was like. That's what a tribute band should mean, not, you know, we got some, but hey, we'll find out. But it's really hot. Oh my gosh, it's really hot in that park. And the people get in there and it's crammed together and it's just, maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. Um, have a great weekend. Lori Arnold, thank you. We will. Uh, Pat Tolliver, you have a great weekend, not going away. Echo, Romeo, Fred, um, Pat Tolliver, did I miss anybody? If I did, I apologize. But y'all have a great weekend. We'll be on here tomorrow night doing some music stuff and having some fun, and then we'll be on Monday night letting you know what's happening. If anything is worth reporting on, we will get it out there to you. Until then, love y'all like chocolate chip cookies, and I mean that sincerely. It's a dark world. Do try to be a light. Peace. Positive vibrations. Thanks for clicking on. Hit the like, subscribe, share. And if you want to help support the channel, $American Doofus at the Cash App. Till next time, love y'all. Peace.